Hi everyone, it's Dr. Marilu. Thank you so much for joining today. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. So today I'm going to be talking about the 3 things to look out for when you're first dating a man that will keep you safe and will help you cultivate a lasting relationship that actually brings benefit and value to your life, which is what we want, right? We want our interactions with men to be of benefit to us and our goals and our dreams. So the first thing that I want you to look for when dating a man is his behavior with wanting you to be comfortable on that date. So he is always looking out for your comfort. He wants you to have the best experience possible. So it's the little things that he's doing. Of course, the basics of opening your door and pulling out your chair and taking your coat. And if you're getting up to go to the ladies' room, he might get up and walk you to the restroom. These are basics 101 of how to be a gentleman, right? So those are important because it shows that he is putting energy and effort into the date. But you also want to look at other little details, like he may ask you about what you like to drink, and he may make some suggestions on the menu, like, oh, this looks good, or something like that. Like he's wanting to help you have a really pleasant, enjoyable, pleasurable experience. If you're setting your purse down on a bar, if you're at a restaurant, he's setting down a napkin under your purse, right? He's paying attention to details, and his mission is to help make your experience pleasant and comfortable. He is paying a lot of attention to those details, right? And what that does is, of course, it feels good to have somebody give you that kind of attention, but also it's cluing you into the man's mindset that he is comfortable playing the role of protector. He is comfortable feeling a sense of responsibility to making sure that you're okay and you're taken care of when you're with him. This is a sign of a very healthy masculine man who is showing up with the energy and the willingness that it takes to be a good partner. He's also covering the bill 100% without any question. You are not taking out your wallet on this first date, and that shows you that he's also comfortable being the provider. Now, of course, it's going to take more than one date to really see all of this, right? Because men can perform on the first date. Usually they kind of have a strategy down where they know kind of what to do on the first date to check off the boxes to make the best impression possible. So I don't want you to hang your hat on this one experience, but this is the bare minimum. If this isn't happening, then I would suggest you move on to somebody else, because this is the bare minimum, right? And you may say, well, wow, that sounds like a lot. Like that guy is really doting on me. He's doing a lot. But actually, it doesn't take that much effort to do this. It doesn't take that much money, effort, energy to do this for you. And the idea is that upon first meeting you, this is when he's going to be the most excited about you. So if he's not even doing this upon first meeting you, it's not going to come later, the more comfortable he gets. So he's paying the tab, and this shows you he's comfortable being a provider. And these are all the signs that you need to understand not just the kind of experience you're going to have with this person, but the kind of man that he is. We are leaning back, staying quiet, and observing a lot on the first date. We're not sharing too much about ourselves. We're not going in depth about our history with relationships in the past. This man shouldn't really know any details about you because he's not really interested in that anyway, to be honest. If he is, it's likely because he's insecure and needing more clues from you as to how to please you to get in. So that man, we don't want to enable that behavior anyway. He's not that interested in all the details. What he's interested in is your energy, your demeanor, the way you carry yourself, your body language, your body type, the way you took care of your hair and makeup, and the way you smell, right? Like he is basking in your energy. He's not taking notes on, everything you've been through. He is going to notice if you overshare. He is going to notice if you've been through some really tough times in the past. It's not necessarily a good thing, though. Chances are he's going to use that to get in if he's that kind of guy. So we want to stay quiet. We want to lean back. We want to look for his comfortability in these roles of protector and provider. And these are some basic clues that we can look for. So that's the first thing. The second thing is going to be it's going to take a little bit more digging than just observing the impression he's giving you, observing his behavior, how much attention he's giving you, how comfortably he is paying the bill. The second one is more about his actual stability as a man. This may require you Googling him, hearing for what his passions are, what he's built already so far. You don't want to be with someone who's still in the building phase. Now you might say, wow, this is so cruel. Like most of us are in the building phase, right? Like no, a lot of us are not where we want to be long term. And that's okay. But there's plenty of women who are going to be okay with being with that man who's still in the struggle phase of his life. That doesn't mean that you have to be. If he is still struggling, he is not going to be able to keep up that behavior over the long term. And a man who is still struggling and is out in the dating field is not in the dating field for the right reasons. He's out there looking for comfort and is not prepared to be a provider and a protector. So some of the questions might be, what are you passionate about? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What gets you excited in your life? This is going to clue you into what he cares about, what he's invested time in, and how successful he's at those things. So some follow-up questions might be, oh, how long have you been doing that? How is that going? If he starts talking about a passion project or his career or what cause he's believing in and behind, right? So these are great things. Of course, it's genuine curiosity about the man, but it's also helping you clue into, is he in a stable enough position in life to be someone that's going to add value to yours? If he starts talking about, I'm still looking for sponsors for this thing. My business is not doing well. And right now I'm currently looking to file for bankruptcy. I'm, any kind of crisis-like sounding things, already a dead giveaway that this man is looking for a distraction in dating and looking for someone to bring him comfort as he deals with his woes. That is not you. Don't worry. There are plenty of women out there who are comfortable with that because they're desperate. That doesn't mean that you have to be, right? And listen, this is on the first date. So there's plenty of men who are in those situations who have a script down that know what to tell you to kind of veer you off track from finding that out about them. So just because he sounds stable doesn't mean he actually is. But at the very least, it's checking off the box on the first date, right? You can say, okay, a second date might be possible because he's checked off all these boxes. Second, third, fourth, fifth dates, you're going to be able to look for consistency, and you're going to be asking different questions, and you're going to be looking for other things to clue you in about whether or not what he presented in the first date was true. And this is where doing a little bit of your own research. So if you know the name of his company or the name of the place he works for, or if the name of the organization he's founded or whatever it is, a lot of that information is public. So absolutely do the research. Go in and figure it out. Google his name, Google those other names, and figure out, build a little bit of a context for this person in terms of looking for his stability, right? We're looking for a man who's grounded, has built something, and is stable, because that tells you that he is out there dating, looking for someone to complement his life, looking for someone that he can pour into, versus the other way around. Nothing wrong with a man building. It's just, what is he doing out in the dating world if he's in a crisis? It's not a good sign. It's also a sign of a character issue there. And the third and final tip on how to be in a first date type of scenario, how to treat men upon first meeting them, etc. This has nothing to do with him and has everything to do with you and your ability to pace yourself. Delay intimacy as much as possible. At the start of a relationship, this is when we as women have the most leverage to ensure our own safety and our own well-being. How? By delaying intimacy for as long as possible. Because when you have that leverage, you're able to see the stamina that this man has, the intentions that he has, right? Because if he doesn't have the right intentions, he's going to burn out. He's not going to stick around for more than maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But a man who's invested for the right reasons, he sees you, he's attracted to you, he wants to be generous with you, he wants to invest in you to keep you. 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, he will still be there. He will still be there. And you lose nothing by delaying letting him in energetically, sexually, emotionally, right? You lose nothing, because if he is the right person, he will still be there. So this is an opportunity for you to test yourself and to look at, am I living the most amazing life possible with myself as a single woman, where I'm excited about my day, I look forward to my alone time, my quality time with myself, I have interesting projects going on, I have interesting friendships and relationships that I'm developing and excited to see how they flourish. Am I challenged in my career to where I'm learning something new all the time? Am I taking care of my health so that I have energy and I feel good in my body, right? These are all challenges that we as women have with ourselves. And when you're dating a man, when you first meet someone, he's not competing with the other men that you're dating, which you should be dating multiple men at the same time. And that is a topic for another video. He's not only competing with them, most importantly, he's competing with your time with yourself. Your time with yourself has to be just as exciting, if not more, than your time with dating a new man. And this is where a lot of ladies go wrong, is they crave that excitement and they end up attracting dangerous men because that excites them. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your own life so that you have a grounded and sober perspective of this man in your life. You have a proportionate perspective where he's not overly triggering you, right? Where you're excited and you're missing red flags and he's getting through your blind spots because you're too excited about this person. You're too hopeful. You need to be able to pace yourself and practice that self-restraint and say, okay, he means business. He's checking off all the boxes. It's not going to hurt me to wait. And a man who is respectful is going to have no problem with that whatsoever. If he starts saying, well, I've already taken you out this many times and you still haven't been wanting to come over to my house. What's that about? Do you not like me? No, that's a red flag. If he starts pressuring you, that means that he is behaving transactionally with you, which most men are, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to match that energy and hold on to your leverage. That is delaying the intimacy. Match that transactional energy and delay the intimacy, because you're going to be able to observe that man more closely. You're going to have a more sober perspective, and with time, you'll be able to grow a sense of safety with this person from a very organic, genuine place. Your body's going to slowly relax and slowly kind of melt and open up around this man. The more that he treats you good, the more that he invests in you, curates beautiful experiences for you, and is protective of you, is not putting you in harm's way, is looking out for you, is respecting your space, respecting your time. When a man shows up in that way, you genuinely start to trust. Most ladies don't even know what that feels like. Most ladies don't know what it's like to feel safe in your body because of childhood sexual abuse, ex-partners that have been abusive, etc. So we are used to feeling unsafe around a man. So we don't know what we're delaying for. So if you need to start the delay process because you're just following Dr. Marilu's rule, that's fine. But what that will lead you to is to possibly encounter real safety with someone because you've delayed it enough to where their behavior starts to give you that genuine sense of, wow, this person is actually worthy. Like, my life has improved as a result of them being a part of it. And it's been a few months. It's been a little while. So my body is naturally opening up around them. That's what we want. And once you start experiencing that, now your bar has been raised. Now that is actually protecting you from other encounters that you'll have with men, where you'll be very easily able to spot when they're not a safe person, because you've started to experience real safety because you practiced that delay and you practice the observing of the patterns. So you start to raise your baseline of your standards by respecting yourself in this way and by looking for the right things in a man's behavior. And that's what my content is all about. It's not about bashing men. It's not about worrying about what they're up to. It's really about understanding the patterns of what male behavior that brings real value into your life looks like, and eventually what it feels like because you've held on to your leverage for long enough to experience it, and how you will never go back to expecting less than that after you start experiencing those feelings. And that keeps you safe. Ultimately, that's what this is about, is saving you time and money and energy and heartache, is to keep you safe from those negative experiences that are going to extract way more than they provide. So let me know what you think of this video. Share in the comments any questions, or maybe you don't necessarily agree with some part of it. That's okay. Just let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next one.